Oh my god. Ow! That time of year again. Last year was the first Vanta Jam here at Bike Park Wales, and this coming Tuesday in 2 days, this whole line, this entire space is going to be full of a big crowd, and the best riders in the UK, if not the world, are going to bring their big bikes here to ride this line. This is Duncan. He's sort of led the whole build this year. You've made some changes, haven't you?
We've done a few little tweaks, yeah. It probably hasn't changed that much from what last year, but hopefully it'll make it more enjoyable for the riders, carry a bit more speed down this bottom bit, and gives everybody a better time. So
sick. I've just come from Darkfest, so it'll be my first time back on the downhill bike, and it's the same story there. Every year they improve the jumps, make them better, optimize them, and Duncan's doing the same. So the second year is going to be better than the first. Buzzing. I feel lucky. So this is the first Vanta Jam video of the year. Let's get to the top. Right, so top sections in the woods. You've got a couple of racers. This one's actually massive. Look, off that rock all the way to there. It's a bit awkward to see with the sun, but nice cambered landing. Then another one, decent size. It's when you actually stop and walk these tracks you appreciate how big the jumps are. There's a takeoff all the way to there, so it hips the other way. Again, look, massive jump. They've got a little kicker here, and then like a giant Welsh stone altar. You expect to see a vicar stood there manning this. It's this huge stone, purely designed to bonk your front if you're brave, or your rear if you're half brave, tyre on. But you can jump the whole thing, and I must say jumping the whole lot's a beast. It's really big, but it's there to be bonked. I expect to see that emptied by Tuesday. Thank you very much. It's holy water. Now we're out of the woods, so enjoy the sunshine and a better view of my haircut. And what they've built to kind of kill your speed is this awesome scrub boob. It's a good 5 foot tall from the start, and you can really lean over. I'm pretty sure some guys were dragging pedals over it last year. I remember trying to do that. Then you get to ride this roller coastery S-bend, but this feature's epic actually. What they've done is they've taken a big dirt hip and stuck a tree in the middle of it, which isn't rocket science, but nobody does it, and it does bizarre things to your brain when you ride it, because if that was a lamppost or a bit of concrete or a digger arm or an actual huge thick tree, you'd avoid it like the plague. But because it's kind of soft, gives you Christmas tree vibes, a bit of Noel, December 25th, you want to kind of tyre tap it and brush your tyre or your wheel through the branches. I don't know why. I mean, look, the takeoff's over there. You've got the option to land here. There's a couple of tyre marks, so that was over the tree. But for some reason, it's really nice to kind of like scrub through these branches. When you're given a Christmas tree to bike through, you do find yourself biking through it. Nice double for nose bonks and things on the top. Next up's a transfer. So the gap for this is big. It's probably like I'd say 28 foot long, good 8-9 meters long, and it's really offset. So the takeoff point's at a tree, but the landing's over there. So you have to carve through the takeoff, almost take off from the corner, and then rotate in the air to land over on the landing. At this point you're hurtling, so there's a huge racer. I mean, that's 10 meters long. It's a good 30 foot. And then you've got the whoop section, and honestly, at speed, these things are so rough. It's like pure teeth chattering. All your fillings come out if you have any. Depending on how much you ride them, it takes years, if not decades, off your joints and your cartilage. And that's why they're such an important Vanta Jam line feature, to really wake you up. This is where I reckon people get caught out most. It's kind of technical because you have to jump in and then immediately rail a berm into a shark fin. And shark fins, they're hard to judge because you're supposed to take off near the top and use it as a drop. So like, it's actually best to use the whole height of that and fall the furthest. But a lot of people, having railed a berm, take off low down, and it's actually really big. It's a big jump, right? There's an old dry stone wall in the gap, which presumably has been ground down over the last 12 months of bodies smoking into it. I guess it was that big. Now it's been leveled, but there we are. I intend not to be one of those guys. And a nice little S-bend, and then you actually drop in. I mean, come on, look at that. That's the first dirt jump of this 6-pack, 3 in a row. It's a beast. That is a beast. And for a UK bike park with such diverse tracks, I mean, it's got greens, blues, blacks, and then this huge jump line where the pros are going to throw down in a couple of days. That is such a good looking jump. And it survived the elements so well because we've had a lot of rain. Had loads of rain, loads of wind. That is a sight to behold. That is such a sick jump. Jump number 2 is about the same size again, just so big and wide. And actually, I think the best one for whips and tricks. I remember this was the one that got flipped more. So this one's my favourite, I think. Now this is the 3rd of the 3 dirt jumps, which jumps over a road, which should give you a bit of context of its size, despite being the smallest of the 3. So these 3 jumps, coming down the hill, are absolutely epic. They're all perfectly straight. They look insane, don't they? The craftsmanship that's gone into making the backs and the sides of all of these perfect is incredible. But it jumps over a road. So this is going to be quite a fan favourite, I reckon. And then you've got a fairly long flat bottom, although at high speed it feels like nothing. And then this awesome feature. I don't know how they built it working around the trees, but you get to ride through this kind of, well, tunnel, I guess. And at speed, when you're doing a whip, either way, that feels like you have no margin for error, no room whatsoever. And it's really, really cool. It makes for sick photos, sick videos. And in a train, when you see that coming and knowing you've just got to thread the needle between these trees, it's a really cool feature. Then after the tree tunnel of doom, you've got these 2 really nice skimmer jumps. It almost feels like a mini whale tail. And then the next one's crazy. I mean, this is so sick. They've taken a quad bike with a tipper on it, filled it with dirt, packed it right in, and what they've built is this actually huge step down. It's almost like a boner log feature, over the handlebars of the quad and into a massive landing. For a penultimate feature, that gets 10 out of 10 for creativity points, and it's actually quite daunting coming into this because it's completely blind. If you look at the line, you don't see anything. You've got no clue where the landing is. If you're following someone, they're just against the sky, and you're headed all the way down there. It's a sick jump. And then you've jumped off a quad bike, and the final feature into the finish area is this hip, where you have an option of going off that takeoff left into the left landing or right into the right landing. It's really sick that it splits, and actually there's almost no case pad at all, so you do not want to land with your front wheel that side and your back wheel that side. And that's the Vanta Line. Guess we better ride it. Oh my. Right.
Well, I'm just going to roll in,
okay.
Stop before it, I think maybe. Let's see how fast it's rolling.
So we're going to feel out the wind. God, much slower than the shark fin. Wow, what do you reckon?
Oh, that was almost there. I reckon a big crank.
Yeah, we've got to go faster than that.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a headwind, I reckon.
Yeah. One or two big cranks come in like as you land.
Yeah.
And then it's
You sure?
I mean,
let's just go with it. It's a big landing. I don't mind if I go long. I just don't want to chain ring it. Take it away, Dunk. I'm trusting you.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, went big. Woo! Definitely a massive headwind. Oh my God, I'm pedaling so much. There we go. Not a bad first run. We're gonna make it. Uh-oh. Ah! Man, I cased 95% of what I jumped. And badly, but that's pretty typical.
I cased everything and pedalled my ass off.
Slow dirt,
Yeah.
headwind. It's up to us to get it rolling faster, isn't it?
Look at those trees.
Don't judge us too hard on our first run. That is what it is, you know. Pretty much the first tyres it's seen in a year. There's a headwind, the ground's rolling slow. Duncan has actually changed more than I noticed. He said the first big jump's been moved down the hill 3 meters. So visually no one will notice that, but it opens up the bomb hole loads and actually makes it feel more spread out and better, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the process of year on year making a track better, but I guess all the pro riders are going to turn up and just be like, cheers, same as last year, but it's far from that.
Yeah, a lot of work, but for very little visual difference.
Oh my God. Oh, I hit my balls so hard on the back tyre. Oh, that's my back tyre mark there. But there's nothing left. Front wheel was flat completely. Too used to those 90 footers in South Africa, but not the 110. Well, I'm doing a solo run because the slipstream effect makes me miss entire landings. Let's do this. There we go. we go. Woo! Yeah, that's much better that time. The only one is the quad bike boner log.
So windy there.
It's got the distance for the wind just to
Take you a bit.
completely kill your speed, but that felt sick. Should we go from a bit higher up the hill?
Yeah.
Hit the big shark fin. All right, going, Dunk. Oh. Yes, boy. Oh, that's so good! Woo! Yes! Figuring it out now! Whoa! This is a tough one. There we go! Oh, that's a good line! Yeah, Dunk's works his magic there this year. Let's go over the top. One thing that's absolutely for sure is my bike is not set up for those whoops. That is, I mean, this bike was a rip-roaring success at Darkfest, but they do not have whoops. That is rough. And on the tree chasm jump between the trees, I didn't half nosedive then. Of all the jumps I'm pedaling for, I think I'll refrain from pedaling into that beast. But it's time to go from the top, get in the woods. It looks slick up there. That's why I've been starting further down and working our way up, but I need to do a top to bottom, don't I? That's why I'm here. I just want to jump this tree on its own, because that's the one that looks like you've got big margin for error. Come in! Woo! That feels good, Duncan. Lovely job. Here we go then. We're at the top, which means full top to bottom, hopefully. First go, one and done. Straight down to lunch for a jacket potato.
Yeah.
But I imagine we're going to be pedalling a lot, mate.
Yeah, this might be quite a lot of effort. This might be like a downhill run in this wind and slightly soft ground.
Yeah. That's how it goes. First tyre tracks of the year. Yeah, all the best. Godspeed. Enjoy. Good luck out there. All right, let's do this. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pretty nervous. Vanta Line, it's so windy. Whoa, it's windy. Oh my God. Whoa, that was the worst buck I've had in so long. That was the biggest nosedive I've had in like a year. It was right on the cusp of being so savage in a crashy way. Let's go. And again, Vanta Line. There we go. Little bonk. Scrub. There you got a pedal. Woo! Yeah, we're on now. Whoa, it's windy. Ow, my bones. Yes. Bit long. Come on. Yes. Woo! Oh, dude, that's sick. Wow. A legendary track, the most advanced technical, like pro track I'd say at any bike park, and this bike park offers so much more in addition. Bike Park Wales is its tracks, it is the trail crew, it's the uplift drivers, it's the people in the cafe, it's the whole package, you know. That's why this place is so successful and so popular, and why all the pros from this country and others are going to be here in 2 days time. So I'll see you at Vanta Jam. Shout out to Red Bull as well for sponsoring the event. Legends.